Good afternoon. My name is Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK.
And my name is Louise Golding from Clarity Crafts in the UK as well.
And welcome to another episode of Clarity Craft Social TV. So we was having a little giggle just before we went live. And he said, right, come on, let's get going.
I don't even know what we were giggling about. It was something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't think now. No, totally gone. So I hope I'm going to move that mouse off of there. Yes, welcome. It's 2 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon, so it's another episode of our Clarity Social TV, joined by the lovely Louise. Now, many of you would have tuned in this morning to another episode of Groovy Tuesday, and if you're not sure what Groovy Tuesday is all about, then we'll tell you during the course of this hour. The lovely Jane Telford is in the room with you this afternoon. If you have any questions, she's there to help. So we should get you all clear very shortly. There's always a time delay from when we go live and then when we get the sound check. Sound is all fine. Lovely jubbly. Thank you, Jane. My phone was over there. Barb had so much on the table yesterday. Normally I have the phone sort of there, but we were talking and there was an issue with the mic, and because the phone was there, I didn't realise until poor Jim walked in. But I think we're all good to go on those.
Excellent.
So yeah, we've got a lovely hour for you this afternoon,
focusing
on some beautiful designs from Linda Williams, her floral sprays, really. 10 beautiful flowers. We released them in two parts. We did set 1 and set 2. But it all really started with a technique called frosted floral overlay. We've got those on the show, and we'll start off there just to explain how they work. And it was a cross between sort of groovy and traditional parchment, and we did it on one of the annual parchment retreats.
Yes.
Did you go to that one?
I didn't go to that
Oh,
one. I wish I had.
Yeah. It was lovely. So just waiting for a few friends to find us. There we go. You can see lots of got lovely Humberto all the way over in the States. Yeah, there we go. Lots of lovely names coming in the room. Sherry's there as well. There we go. Jane is here to help if you need it. So there we go. So I'm going to swap over my screen now so we can bring up some details. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'll just explain exactly how the show works, and if you're looking to place an order, how you go about that. So first off, I'm going to bring up some details to the screen, this side of the screen, the other side of Louise. There we go. So it has a 5-digit item number. So for this collection, it's 42270. Underneath, you have an image of the product. Then you have a product description together with the pricing. Now, if we have a look at this collection, you'll see that the price is normally £42.25. You have a £15 saving, bringing it down to £27.25. So that saving is the equivalent of getting 2 of the A6 plates for free.
That's brilliant, yeah.
Okay, so ways in which you can order. You can either go to the claritycrafts.com website, and when you come to our homepage, you'll see a little button, same color as the one behind me, that says Clarity TV Shop or Shop TV. It's something like that. Jim changed it recently. If you click into there, you'll find everything that we've got showcasing during this particular hour. You've got the bundles, everything's available individually. You'll be able to scroll through and see what is offered during the course of this hour. There's also the catch up and craft section where you can go back and watch all of the previous episodes of our social TV, or alternatively, you can hop over to the Clarity Crafts YouTube page where everything is there as well. So that's one way of ordering. Alternatively, if you're watching during the week, Monday to Friday, between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m, then you can give the lovely office call on 01732 868 215, and the lovely Sue or Jazz or Pete will be there to take your call. So if you've got any questions that we haven't answered here on social TV or you're watching afterwards, then give the office a call and they're there to help as well. Right, okay, so we were talking about these designs from Linda Williams.
Yes.
And it all started with an original collection called the Frosted Floral Overlay Collection. And it was sort of like a brand new concept that both Linda and Barbara came up together. When they start talking and they bounce off idea, it's amazing what happens. So what we'll do, let me bring the details up on the screen for you. So you've got 5 different flowers in this collection. You have the amaryllis, the Christmas rose, the fuchsia, the rose, and then the tatty tulip. Now, the item number for this collection is 70421. You're going to get all 5 of these packs. You have a £17 saving, bringing it down to £25.45, plus your relevant club discount as well. So let me just bring over to the side screen. And then I'm going to get Louise to open one of these so you can see what is inside each of the packs.
Wonderful.
There we go.
Lovely. So it comes with a really nicely packaged as well. And you can see the concept here is you would have the coloured image that you would colour.
Yeah.
And then you have the parchment that you would create that lovely shadow embossing on. And you would overlay that onto your bright coloured piece of artwork and come up with this. So let's have a look. And then it gives you the other 4 that are in the collection as well. So in the collection, you have 4 times rose printed in white, 1 rose element printed in white on A5 parchment, 4 A5 plain parchment, 1 rose printed in black, 1 rose printed in full colour, and 1 printed in black. And the instructions that go with it as well.
Now, this is rather
handy.
unusual because many printers, well, most printers, you can only print in black or in colour.
Yes.
So we had to send these off to a special printers to have it printed in white.
I see, yes.
So
really good. So you get the technique there.
Yeah.
A bit of instruction. And then, it's really nice. Yeah.
You've forgotten what it looks like.
I've forgotten how nice it was.
So you've got your step-by-step instructions there from Linda.
Yeah, so you've got the equipment before you start, the technique. And the good thing is, when you get all your bits and pieces here, so you have a step-by-step, which is really handy. It's nice to have it in pictures as well. And then you get little progress. So you can tick when you've done each stage.
Yes.
So it means that, you do the 4th stage and then you've forgotten the next day. Oh, did I do the 4th stage or was it 5th stage I did? So you've got that there. So these are the bits that come inside. So the nice thing is it's printed in black as well, which looks really lovely with your white embossing, black with white embossing, isn't it? Then you get your full colours. So in case you're not too sure about colours and what colours you'd want to add, it gives you a little example there. And also it gives you, when you've done all of your lovely shadow embossing, gives you that, you can test it. Does that look nice on that? How many shades do I need? So you have the one in full colour. And then you can let me just move it onto the black so you can see. There you go. You can see it better. It's a really lovely fine detail, isn't it?
It is, yes.
It's beautiful. So once you've embossed it, you won't see that, but
they disappear.
They disappear, don't they? So yeah, so you've got, and the good thing is as well, it's got an F on it
for the front.
For the front, so that's really handy as well.
It definitely makes a difference.
There's another one. So you've got 4 of those. Oh no, hold on. Oh yes, and then you get, this is really handy as well. So you can practice before you get to your main piece, because you don't want to, you want to practice first to just try all of the different techniques. And once you've practiced and you feel like you're ready, then you can go on to the main part. Then this is really good because you can use this traditionally.
Yeah.
You put your plain parchment over, and with your pencil work, you could finally do that. For example, if you wanted to do a red rose, you could lightly colour this with a red pencil, and then you would come in with all of your colours, but keep it stuck down to the paper.
Yeah.
and then it gives you a guide on where to colour.
Okay.
And then there's your plain parchment.
So all these different bits and pieces are all explained within the booklet. And if I show you, I'm going to come over to this other camera if it decides to behave. And I'm going to ask Louise to press button number 4
Da, 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 da.
for me. Okay. So this was the idea. You can see you've got that lovely frosted look behind it. And as I open it up, you can see that beautiful shadow embossing on the front cover. And then when you open it up, you've got that lovely colouring.
Beautiful, isn't it?
So it really is. I mean, they work independent of one another. So you could just take your colouring piece, and this is like the Francis Knot type of colouring, isn't it?
It is.
And then, but you've then also got the frosted element, which you can use on its own. I mean, look at that.
I know,
I mean, it's
beautiful, isn't it?
absolutely stunning. But the technique is that when you overlay, you get that real soft frosted look to the artwork.
Yes.
That one I think was done by, it was either done by Linda or Karen Jackson. Let me just have a look. That was done by Linda herself. Then we've got some more artwork. I mean, this is Linda as well. So this is the Christmas rose.
Beautiful shadow embossing.
Yeah, and I really like this one as well. This one's by Linda Williams. So you can see you've got gentle white work on there, and then that colour just comes through. We have one from the lovely Glynis. Hope Glynis and Pete are feeling better now. So the fuchsia with the frosted overlay on it. This one here from Lynn Jackson.
Wow.
This one is pure shadow embossing at its best from Glynis.
Which is lovely to see. You know, you can just, if you wanted to, you could either have just the coloured image, you could have just the shadow embossing, or both together.
This one's from Lynn Jackson again.
Beautiful.
So the frosted overlay on top. Carol Baker with the lovely Christmas rose.
It's lovely
in the
and
blue.
blue,
I know,
doesn't it?
It looks very porcelain-like, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Another one. This one's from Josie Davidson.
Beautiful.
And then finally, one more piece, and this one is from Francis Knot. I mean, look at that colouring.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
So each of those kits, you've got the 5 different flowers in there. So that's where the whole idea started from. It all started from a collection of designs from Linda Williams called the Frosted Floral Overlays. So we've got that collection. If you want to give it a go, you can buy them individually, which are all on that show page. But what we've done, because we're focusing on Linda's designs, I wanted to share with you all the different options available. So if I bring up on the screen, we've got the Frosted Floral Overlay collection. You've then also got them. Barb's always loved that lovely black line art when it comes to parchment.
It's beautiful. Yeah,
so it's really nice. So this is item number 70429. So these are printed black line art. You get your 5 different flowers and you get 10 sheets of each of those printed designs.
Wow.
Now, although we print them ourselves, they do not work with the hot foiling because these are printed on an older machine that we have in the building. I tried it and it was a little bit hit and miss.
Okay.
Sometimes it covered all of it. Sometimes it missed out little bits. So by all means, give it a go. But because it's printed on an older machine, it's not 100% like the other stuff is.
That's what gel pen's for then.
Yeah, so as Louise said, you could use the gold gel pen to fill in. I mean, it's very subtle. It's only if you're looking really close. So we've got those there. So the item number for that is 70429. Then we also have them in stamps. So this is Linda's Floral Set 1. You've got A6 Stamp and Mask Collection. Item number 11335. So you have a £23.50 saving, bringing it down to £35.20. Each of them have little elements on there. You've also got sentiments. Really, really nice.
The good thing about the stamps, though, is that they're a different size.
Yep.
So you can still stamp on parchment, can't
Oh,
you?
yeah,
With
definitely.
archival and
Yeah.
then colour with them. So they work with on your cards or on parchment.
Yeah. Then we've got set 2, item number 12019. Now, you may recognize some of these designs if you've taken part in the online courses. We have the agapanthus, the clematis, the lilies, the peony, and then the poppies. So that's the second set in stamp form. Then, if we go back to what we're going to be showing with you today, you can see here you have them in Groovy. So set 1, item number 42270, £15 saving, bringing it down to £27.25. Now, all these prices we're giving you, if you belong to any of our clubs, then you'll also get either an additional 10, 12.5 or 15% discount. Now, what's nice with this collection is that you've also got a lovely spacer plate so that they fit perfectly within the plate mate from the starter kit, and it's a vase. Then we look at set 2. So you can see here, this has a different vase. The same designs from the online course. You have the agapanthus, the clematis, the lilies, the peony, and the poppies. Did I give out the names of the other ones? I did, didn't I?
You did, yes.
Okay, I'd forgotten.
And they got some really lovely elements, extra elements on the Groovy.
They have. They've got those little corners on there. It's a lovely script writing on there as well. So that I just wanted to sort of highlight all the different variations of these designs from Linda. So you've got them in Groovy. You've got them in the Frosted Floral Overlay collection. You have them printed on parchment in the black line art. So even if you're not into your Groovy, these are great for just colouring in and putting on your card.
Yeah,
and then we've got them in stamps. So if you go to the show page, you'll see all those various different configurations available to you. Now, we just mentioned our 123 online courses. We're currently midway through our whitework course. So you can still purchase it now. You will be sent a link tomorrow to sign up to the Circle platform where these courses take part. You can go back and watch the previous sessions, which was last Wednesday. The next live session is tomorrow at 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock. The 11th of June at 1 p.m. And then the third and final session for this particular course is on Wednesday, the 18th of June at 1 p.m. Now, we already pre-film ahead as well. So you've got a pre-filmed version, and then you have the live version, both of which are available for you to go back and watch again and again afterwards. Item number for that is 60223. That's £60. There's no further discounts on that. It's just a straight £60. We send you a lovely little booklet as a guide to work through, and included in there is 6 pieces of A6 parchment for you to practice on. So, Louise, Louise has been delving through the archives because, as you can imagine, Groovy is 10 years old this year.
I know. That's crazy, isn't it?
Excuse me. 10 years is magic. So you can imagine the designs that we have, the demos that we have, that we never really were able to sort of showcase to their full extreme.
No.
So what Louise has done when we put the shows together, I say, right, go back and have a look at the demos. Go to some of the designs you think, oh, I really want to have a go at this one.
Yeah.
And so what Louise has done, she's gone back into our archives, also known as our pizza boxes. And we started off by looking at set 1, didn't we? Louise found the demos first and then went, right, let's have a look at what designs we can go with that. And she's going to take us through a demo that was very kindly
demonstrated,
prepared by the lovely Jane Telford.
Yes.
And it's not pink.
No. It's green.
So with further ado, I shall hand you over to the lovely Lou.
Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to start off. This is our printout.
Oh, of course, yes.
So we have our, these are all available on the Clarity website, and you go into the, is it playback?
Catch Up and Craft.
Catch Up and Craft, that's the one. So it gives you the name and then the picture, and then obviously then you have your ingredients that you need to create this piece of art. So yeah, so that's, and you can print these off and keep them.
Yeah, put them in a folder or
and
just save them to your computer.
Then you've got inspiration there if you need it. Okay.
Lovely.
So first of all, you need your A5 plate mate. This comes with a really lovely plate inside it.
Oh, this is a calligraphy plate mate, isn't it?
So it comes, and these are really, I remember when this first came out because everybody was using it as, you know, kind of frames for around your artwork.
We zoom out on that so we can really see. Because it's a large A4 plate with an A5 aperture.
Yes.
You've got a
lovely
scrolls, and you've got that lovely calligraphy font, uppercase and lowercase as well.
You can colour it in, or you can put your white work in there to create some really.
Yeah, you've got your ordinals and your numbers on there as well.
Yeah.
So the item number for that is 40517. £5 saving, bringing it down to £19.99.
You even have a very, very large frame.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
which is really handy.
If you wanted to go large and do a lovely picture.
Because yeah, we've got some lovely things that you can put in that size. Okay, so once we get that out, then first thing you would need to do is get your nested oval.
I love these scallop designs.
I do, yeah.
We've got them in square, circle, oval, and rectangle.
And what's really nice about, especially the oval as well, because you can create a really lovely gem with this middle one.
Oh, yeah.
It's really nice. I like the oval gems.
Mm.
Okay, so lovingly already done the outline.
Yeah.
So you would put this over here and line it up.
You're using some of our lovely green parchment.
Something very, very different.
It's not pink or purple.
It's not pink, no.
That's why I was surprised with Jane as well.
I know. I mean, there is purple in it.
In the finished piece, yes.
In the finished piece there is, yeah. But just line that up.
It's all you feel it going back into the slots, don't you?
Yeah, you do. It just suddenly goes. There we go. And there it is. It's hiding. So then you would just. That's the nice thing about when you have a nested scallop or something. You just follow the groove around. It creates this really
it's
lovely
got
decoration.
multiple layers, hasn't it? Because you've got your double lines, which you can use exactly how that piece was.
Yes.
You could do a single line with just the scallops, or you could do the lines with the scallops, and there's tiny little dots around the outside as well, isn't there?
Yeah, they're brilliant. They are. So you can use them as you're going around. So you just
tiny.
Yeah.
I have to zoom super coming close on that one. Let's have a look. Probably can't even. Oh yeah, there we go.
So you could create that as either it's a really lovely decoration around the scallop if you weren't going to cut the scallop out, or you can use that, and that's a guide for you to use your 2-needle tool.
Oh, of course, yes.
So it's very handy for that as well.
For your perforating.
Yes. So once you've created that, take those off. There you go. You take that one. So then you would go over to your normal starter kit plate mate.
Yeah. The item number for the starter kit is 42144.
And these plates are great because they just go in like that, and then you've got your spacer, which just slots in like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. You won't whack. There we go.
Okay.
So I'll just take this piece because it's always back to front as well. So it's over that side, so it's now over this side.
Yeah. So when you're looking at, because you're working backwards.
Yes.
So on Jane's finished piece, her vase is to the left, isn't it?
Yes.
It's off center.
The amount of times when I first started that I go, oh yeah, I'm going to something on the left, so I'm going to put that there, and then you turn it over,
And it's on the
and
right.
it's on the right. You think, hang on a minute, how did that happen?
Magic of parchment.
I know. So now we want it over this way.
Yeah.
So then it's done it slightly, very close to the bottom. So about there, I'd say.
Okay. So this is like stamping. You put your vase in first.
Yes.
And then, so you would stamp your vase if it was a stamp. Then you would mask it off and then stamp your flowers on top.
Exactly.
So they appeared in the vase.
Yeah, so with that we would, it's a good thing about Groovy is you don't have to do masking. Although I used to enjoy doing the masking and stamps. Okay, so now that bit's done.
Okay.
I was looking for this.
For the tulips. Where's that tulip plate gone?
Where's that tulip plate gone? So I'm going to place it about there. Bring in
And I suppose because it's a vase, is it a glass vase? Is it a china vase? Because obviously it was a glass vase, you'd see the stems on the inside, wouldn't you?
You would, yes.
But you could add your own pattern to this as well.
I know, that's the brilliant thing. And you could, with your pattern, you could, for example, do some grid work.
Yes.
In the vase, that would look really lovely.
Yeah.
So there's lots of options. We like options.
It's good to have options.
It certainly is.
I'm just browsing through the artwork whilst Louise is taking you through that. I'd forgotten how beautiful this artwork was.
I know. I was looking at that. I was just trying to pick lots of different ones out of the box. There's so many gorgeous samples.
I mean, I've just found a piece from Sheila Gray, and she's added a pattern to the vase as well. So when Louise has finished that, I'll show you that.
We like patterns. This tattoo tulip is really lovely as well.
But I'm thinking, I know you'll get to it at that time, but this is green parchment.
I know.
And the vase is blue and the tulips are purple. This is the magic of our coloured and designer parchment, because the side in which Louise is working, which is the shiny side, is where the colour has been applied. So when we turn it over, we get that beautiful crisp white line art. But because it's been applied to this side, we can use our magic eraser pencil to remove the colour so that we can reintroduce it.
I love the eraser pencil.
It's good, isn't it?
It's really handy. The amount of times I use that in my samples, especially if you're going to work with any kind of coloured parchment, or even just, for example, if you've been using your pergoliners and you accidentally go over the line, they're brilliant for that as well.
Accidentally, I always go over the line because I know I can rub it out.
Exactly. Testing the limits.
Absolutely.
There we go. So you just do up to the vase.
Yeah.
I think I made a boo-boo. Never mind. It's a glass vase now.
It's a glass vase.
Yeah.
I know it's.
I know what you're looking at. So then after we've done that,
Yeah.
the good thing is.
Okay, so let's just explain the difference between those two pieces.
Oh yeah.
So it's just that little bit of thought, isn't it? When you're tracing it out. So you can see here a line's been introduced. So when tracing out the vase, ideally, what we should have done is just done the front,
done the back part,
not done the back until we introduce the flowers.
But because I was talking
and got carried away,
I put the back of the vase in before I was supposed to do the front of the flowers. But
that was showing people how not to do it.
Yes, it's good to show mistakes because it shows that we all make mistakes, especially when we're talking. So anyway, lovely Jane's piece that she's kindly got ready for us. So we have the flowers that are at the front, and then you would do the back of the vase, just like that. And then Jane's just introduced a line there, just
so it
to
looks
show
like
that
it's
it's on
sitting
a
on a
table.
table. Yeah.
Exactly. So now we'll do a little bit of white work.
Okay.
Oh, did you want to show the...
Oh yeah, I was going to show that piece of
Yeah.
artwork from Sheila Gray.
Wow.
So you can see, look, just a little bit of pattern in that vase
I know.
changes the look of it, doesn't it?
It does. It looks very oriental there.
Yeah, and you got some gold gel pen in there.
Ooh.
Look, to have those little stripes
there you
of colour.
go. I love a bit
Or
of
bling.
gold gel pen.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
really
look at that.
lovely
I mean,
embossed
that.
as well.
Just on its own. And these little scrolls.
I know, it looks Beauty and the Beast-esque, doesn't it?
It does,
The
doesn't it?
little
Yes.
rose there. And I love the
Yeah.
little gridwork in the middle. It's really lovely.
That's beautiful. So yeah, it just shows that you can decorate your vase if you choose to.
So the good point to show, actually I'm going to go back onto the hard side. So with your white erase pencil,
Yeah.
so obviously with purple and green together, it's going to look a little bit muddy.
Yeah.
So the good thing is with our white erase pencil and being on the coloured side,
Mm-hmm.
you can take the colour out. You can see it kind of...
I mean, it doesn't look anything at the moment until like a white piece of paper goes underneath.
Thank you. I got a little one in
I just grabbed Louise a stencil brush just to dust off all the dust because you don't want to use your hand.
No.
A brush is definitely better. A brush for your dust.
Brush for the dust.
It's definitely better.
Looks like moss now.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. We've made some moss.
I'm sure we could find a use for the dust from the parchment, but we'll worry about that another day. You nearly went, didn't you? You nearly wiped with your hand. There we go.
Ta-da!
So, I mean, you can see the lightness already, can't you?
You can, yeah. There's a big difference. If I show on a white bit of paper, okay, so you can really tell the difference.
Really see the colour that's been taken out.
Yeah. So with the vase.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And that's the thing with the vase, you don't have to take all the colour out in one go. Do it in sort of stages because you'll often find that you'll do it and then you'll miss a little bit. And it's not the end of the world.
No. There we go. So with our vase, obviously with a vase it's circular.
Yes.
Yeah. So with white work, you don't want to go straight across.
Right.
Because that doesn't give the illusion of it being rounded.
Yeah.
So what you'll want to do is you'll kind of want to just come in from the side. You may want to do a couple of stages.
Okay, so you're working on the back of the hard mat, so you're on the squidgy side.
On the squidgy side.
And you're using the 6mm Pergamalo ball tool.
I certainly am.
And we've been looking at the ball tools in our 1, 2, 3 online whitework course. We looked at those. We looked at those in module 1, didn't we?
We did,
and
yes.
Tomorrow we're going to be looking at the shade tools.
I like the shaders.
Favorites.
Yeah, love the shaders.
But you can see already. See, if I was first starting out with my whitework on the bars, I know it is circular, but the image is flat. So by showing what you're showing here, all of a sudden it's going to give that illusion that the vase is actually rounded on the piece of parchment.
Yes, and that's what you really want to do. Is you want to just give that illusion. Obviously, you can go in and do a few more layers.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it lightly to show how you would create make it look circular.
Or also you've got the light coming in from one side as well.
Yeah, so if you have the light coming from this direction, you may want to do a little bit more white work on this side, just to give that illusion of light hitting the vase from here. So yeah, so anyway, that's that bit. I'll also show, I've got my 4.5 as well here.
Okay.
So with the flowers, we've been doing a lot with flowers in our white work course.
We have details on your screen for that if you would like to join us live tomorrow at 1 p.m. There's still plenty of time for you to go back and watch. I mean, you don't have to watch the first module before you take part in the second module. And then the third module, which is next Wednesday.
That will be shadow embossing.
It is indeed, which is that lovely effect that we looked at, that original frosted floral overlay artwork at the beginning.
Yeah, so it just gives you that start off point of learning how to do shadow embossing, and then which means then you can go into using some of these
the frosted floral stuff. Yeah.
Once you know how to create that lovely shadow embossing, then you can go in and do some more with the larger pieces, because obviously with the white work course, we're going to be using, you know, the lovely
those
square
little plates,
frames, which are little bits of art.
Yes.
Where once you kind of get a little bit more experienced and learn how to do your shadow embossing, then you can go in and do some of these. You've got some wonderful instructions in there.
They really are, and they're all step by step, all written, and photographs and stages done by Linda. But maybe you're thinking, oh, I don't know, white work. I'm not at that stage yet. I'm still trying to work out on my colouring. I'm still trying to work out on, do I want to do picot cutting? Do I want to do perforating? Then a perfect opportunity for you to start would be on our 1, 2, 3 foundation course. The item number for that is 60220. Again, it's £60. There's no further discount on that. But what that is, that gives you the keys to that particular classroom, doesn't it?
It does.
And during those 3 modules within that foundation course, you'll cover the basics of white work, basic of colouring, and also, I say basic is, for me, is like a negative word. It's a foundation. It's an introduction, isn't it?
Yeah. So most when we do colouring in parchment, the first bit of colouring that you start off with is your pergoliners with daughter oil.
Yes.
That is what you start off with.
Yeah.
And then when you get a bit more experience, like when we do our colour course in September, we'll be using the perga colours, the pergoliners A's and B's together, learning how to add one on top of the other and things like that. So there's a lot more to learn in the colour course, but the introduction in the foundation course is your basic knowledge of how to do the pergoliner B pencil.
And it's definitely worth sort of signing up to that if you were interested in that, because I've been doing parchment craft for many years. I mean, I joined Clarity, so I joined in January 2016. So it's about 6 months on the go at that point.
Wow.
So I've only been doing parchment craft since that point. And yes, I've had sort of tuition from Linda, from Josie, from Glynis, from all the people that have been doing it traditionally for many, many years. And so even though I've been doing it for that period, I don't know everything. I really, really don't. I've learned what I needed to learn to get by in what I needed to do. So even when I was working alongside Louise in this foundation course, I learned something from every single module. I learned something in the white work, I learned something in the colouring, I learned something in the perforating, and I know I've still got a lot more to learn as well. So that's where the foundation course really does come. You may think, oh, I know it. You'll be surprised. It's just the little tips and tricks and different ways of doing things, because there's no rules such as, there's steps to a technique to achieve the best results. How you do those steps, everybody will do them slightly different, won't they?
Definitely, yeah. So everybody's slightly different in the way that they work. You know, people have different ways of painting on parchment. There's many different techniques to painting on parchment. You know, you have all your different colouring utensils. You know, you have your you can use acrylic paints on parchment. You can use your perga colours. You can use your perga liners, A's and B's together. So many different ways.
Crayons.
Dorso crayons, yeah. And there's quite a few. There's more colours. I mean, the earthy colours are really nice as well. To work with as well, especially if you're doing pictures that've got, you know, like mountains or grass or something, because there's some lovely greens in that one.
Yes, you got. I think there's a white in there as well.
There's a white and a black, and then you have really lovely browns in there. I mixed some of the browns together, and it made it look like craft card on the back.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. So
this is the Dorso crayons we're talking about.
Yeah, and there's a really nice. I've added 2 browns together, and on the back of the parchment, and it made it look a really nice craft card colour. So and then you can colour on the front, so it looks a bit like craft card, but you're not using craft card.
You're using parchment.
You're using parchment.
There you go.
Okay.
So we've done a little bit of white work.
Done a little bit of white work. So let's do a little bit with our colouring. So this is a very basic way of using perga colours.
Yeah.
It does become a little bit more complicated as you start using them with water and you're using your colouring techniques, but we're just going to use them as they are.
Okay.
That's easy.
So we're on the back now, aren't we?
We're on the back of the artwork. You can use perga colours on the front, but we're not going to do that today.
No, we're going to take it easy today.
We're going to take it easy today. So you've got 2 ends to these perga colours as well, which many of you may know if you have them. So you have that end.
Yeah.
And then you have a very fine tip there. So that's perfect for getting in.
Oh, on that thin line. Yes.
Yeah. Or in some really, you know, really small details like up here.
So if you're interested in the perga colour exclusive pens, the item number for those is 70060, and they're $29.99 plus club discount. I'm going to zoom in, Louise, so we can see what it is you're up to.
So say we're having the light coming from this way. So my leaf is going to be darker on the inside, on this side.
Okay.
And then darker on this side, for example. It's just a different way of... And then we're going to bring in the lighter green here.
Yeah.
And what you won't want to do is you won't want to go over and over and over on your parchment with these.
Why would that be?
Well, they are water-based.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of colour in these.
Uh-huh.
So obviously parchment doesn't like water.
Yeah.
So when you start going over and over, because there's so much colour in them, you could keep on going and going and going. It kind of makes the parchment go a little bit bitty.
Yeah, I suppose because there's nowhere for it to dissolve into, is there? Like there is in cardstock.
Exactly. So, yeah, it just doesn't end well. So,
excuse me, it doesn't end well.
It doesn't end well.
Oh, dearie me.
There we go.
Are you talking from experience, then? I'm sure many of our parchers out there probably agree with you. It doesn't end well.
It doesn't end well.
If you keep going over the same area with a perga colour exclusive pen.
Okay. I know.
And I suppose because it's green parchment, you didn't necessarily have to remove the green from it for the leaves.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't remove there's no point removing the green if you're going to be doing leaves, but if you were going to do the flowers and you wanted them a purple, then you would take the colour out. So there is a little bit of white work in there, so you can, what have I got here? Here we go. Lovely Jane, if we jump on a little bit, lovely Jane done some lovely white work in the tips there, and she's introduced a lovely purpley pink. There's different colour down here as well with the perga colours.
Nice.
That's nice. So
that sentiment, is that on one of the plates? It's on one of the plates, isn't it?
It is. And the lovely thing is as well, there's a really lovely love that Jane's created on the line there.
Oh yeah,
Really
love.
lovely. Yeah.
You could use our new Pergamano rub-on transfers, couldn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
I got a box here.
Have you, Louise?
Yeah.
Have you got them stored in your slow down box?
I have.
Funny that.
I know.
Item number 31382 for your slow down with clarity storage box.
The funny thing is, I was thinking beforehand, I'd like to put a rub on this one. And the gold would look really nice with the green.
It would. And the white as well.
Oh, yeah.
And the black.
And the black. They'd all look nice. Fancy a cuppa? What about that one?
Fancy a cuppa.
I've got your back.
Nice.
You can't really
It's more of a, I think it's more of a genteel.
It is. What about Amazing Friend?
Yes, I think that's lovely.
Okay. I haven't got any scissors.
I can find you a pair of scissors.
That's a bit of a
Have you got your little hockey stick as well?
I have.
You have.
Got my hockey stick.
Because a hockey stick definitely makes a difference.
It does.
When using them. There we go, lovely Louise. A pair of scissors
lovely
for
Paul.
you. May not cut, but they're a pair of scissors.
Which one were we going to do?
Wasn't it Amazing Friend?
Yeah, let's do that one.
This chair. I'm going to fall off this chair in a minute. So the rub-on transfers you will find on the website. I'll add them into the show page afterwards. So if you are watching back after we've done the live show, you'll be able to find them. I just need to remember to do that, but I'm sure Jane will prompt me after we have finished.
Perfect. Look.
Oh, I like it.
I like that one.
Very nice.
I was looking for that hockey stick. There it is. It's right in front of me. Okay, so what I would normally do, I'll just line it up.
Yeah.
And I'll squish it.
Okay.
And I'll squish it because then
And I'm going to zoom in.
Oh, no.
They're coming real close. Okay. And depending on what you're applying the rub on to, sometimes you'll see a subtle change in colour as it's being released from the carrier sheet and applied to whether it be parchment, paper, card, wood, glass. I think Jane at the open days had some lovely little those little
glass pots.
Glass, like shot glass. I don't think that. I think they were candle holders. I don't think they were shot glasses.
Oh.
I'm sure Jane isn't that type of person. Not that there's anything wrong with shot glasses. I can't imagine Jane downing shots, but I'm sure she will correct me if I am wrong. I think Jane is more a
Prosecco?
No, I reckon
Red
Jane's
wine?
a Bailey's.
Oh,
I reckon
Baileys.
Jane's a Bailey's.
What are you, Paul?
I don't drink.
Oh.
So mine would be
Coke.
lemonade, or I like a shandy.
Oh,
I like a shandy, especially in the warm weather. I do like a shandy. I mean, that's not saying that I don't drink. I mean, if I go on holiday, I'll have some lager.
It's a really nice gold.
That's really nice, isn't it?
Ta-da. Oh, there you go. That's
nice.
I like that.
And you could have, you could, depending on the message, you could put it on the vase.
You could do, actually.
Couldn't you?
Yeah.
Or in the other one, in set 2, there's a slightly wider vase.
Yes. And you could put them,
you could put them
that way.
Yes, you could, couldn't you?
Yeah. See, that fits.
Yeah.
What would I do with that here? There you go.
So I'm waiting for Jane to tell me what beverage she partakes in.
I like that one.
I think you're brilliant. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they'd work perfectly on those vases, wouldn't they?
I saw that and I thought this morning, because I had these for my Groovy Tuesday, but I didn't need them in the end. I was going to do that next week. So I still had it there. I thought, I'm going to leave those because I think they'll be brilliant on here too.
Nice.
See? So yeah, so once you've done that.
Yeah.
Do
you want me to do a quick recap while you're gathering your bits and pieces?
Paul.
Okay, whilst Louise is gathering her bits and pieces, I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you some artwork from set 1.
That's a good idea.
So I'll go over to this camera here and I'll let the lovely Louise switch me on to number 4.
Number 4. Oh,
there we go. So this piece of artwork we established earlier was from the lovely Sheila Gray. Then this one here is from Karen Jackson. This one here is from Carol Baker. So these are all from set 1. It's currently on your screen. We have some fuchsias from Carol Baker.
I love
In that
fuchsias.
top corner. This is rather lovely. I say this all the time. Karen Jackson. I mean, look at that. The Christmas row. And I love these little squiggles.
I know they're on the same plate, aren't they? And they're really beautiful, actually.
I knew that this would be Glynis. Glynis loves a tag.
She loves their tags, yeah.
Look at that, and
It's
the
a lovely
fancy
ribbon
lace
as
work
well.
around the. I'm gonna see if I can bring this up so you can see. Look at that frame around. That's all picot cut.
Oh, is that picot cut inside as well?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So that's a selection from set 1, and I'll just show you a selection from set 2. Okay, so this is from Glynis. This is the peony.
And you can tell that's Glynis because of the lovely tool work.
The lovely tool work around the outside.
Yeah.
We've got another peony from Jill Askham.
Beautiful.
What else have we got in this collection? Oh,
so many beautiful, lovely ones, isn't
Jane
there?
Telford. Look at that.
Yellow and blue together.
Acapanthus.
I love Acapanthus.
Oh no. Oh, look.
They're all our
candy.
favourites.
That's really candy, like tutti frutti, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's clematis from Carol Baker. And this frame is the lattice from one of the Jane Nesterenko.
Yes, with the rose inside.
This one has got to be, this is Frances.
Gorgeous.
With her peonies. I don't know what else.
Oh, that's nice.
So, look at that. Frances knot.
Yeah, that's
that
gold
around the outside.
Around the poppies is lovely.
Yeah. And
that's nice.
One more, an Acapanthus. And this one is from gorgeous Glynis as well. Look at that. Yeah. So that is some artwork from set 2, item number 42271, currently on your screen.
And that's a nice lace frame, isn't it, as well?
It is, yes. We've got those in frames. We've got those in squares and in borders as well. And we've also got them in dies.
Yes.
I think they're circular on groovy, square on die, and then you've got the borders as well. It's like lace border 1, lace border 2.
Haven't we got some square ones as well?
I can't remember whether they were square or not.
I think we've got, because you know the fancy doily frame.
Yes.
And the fancy frame.
Yeah.
I think they're in square and circles.
Are they?
Yeah.
I know the dies are definitely in square.
Yeah.
Apparently, the candle votives they weren't shot glasses. I knew they wouldn't be shot glass. And Jane is a gin and tonic lady.
Yes.
So there we go.
Gin and tonic. Okay. Do you know what? I only tasted gin a couple of months ago for the first time.
Was that good or bad?
It was actually quite nice, actually. Yeah.
I mean, gin is an acquired taste, I think, for some.
Yeah, it was done really nicely in a cocktail. So my dad did it, and it was really nice, really yummy.
Very Moorish.
It was very Moorish, yeah.
Okay, what are we up to now?
So lastly, what as we can see on here.
Yeah.
So obviously this is the next stage. So our lovely rub-ons disappeared, but it's really lovely script has suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Been replaced, yeah.
So happy anniversary, and then that really lovely love across at the bottom of the table.
Is that on the spacer plate or on the plate itself? I can't remember now.
The spacer plate. Yes, the love.
The love's on
spacer
there,
plate, on
yeah.
the vase.
And the happy anniversary is on the tulip plate.
Yep. On the tatty tulips, you've got happy anniversary and congratulations.
And on the rose, you've got all my love and happy birthday.
It's a beautiful script.
On the fuchsia, you have thinking of you and for you. On the amaryllis, I nearly called it an armadillo earlier. You've got with love and best wishes. And then finally on the Christmas rose, you have peace and season's greetings.
Lovely. It's really lovely font as well. That one looks a little bit like a musical note, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. I
can't remember what it's called.
Is it a quaver or a quave? Or I don't know.
Quaver.
Right, okay, so the nested in groovy, they're squares as well. Nested square lace frames A5 square.
Yeah,
Thank you, lovely Jane.
They are really nice as well. Okay, so Jane's lovingly done a nice little flower. Showing us some white work. Put the nice happy anniversary. So now I'm just going to show you quickly how to use the little details. So, can you see on there?
Zoom in on here. It's coming
there
closer. Is super zoom required, do you reckon? Let's go super zoom. And focus. There we go.
Yeah, so you can see the detail around the outside.
Oh, the little dots from the groovy plate. Yeah.
And you can see it's been replaced with the perforating holes.
Yes.
So that's the good thing, is I use the fine needle.
Okay.
Yeah, this morning I was showing our lovely friends on Groovy Tuesday about the 2-split needle tool.
Yeah, I've never that's coming on camera 3 on this one. Now I'm going to zoom in on that. Just bear with. That one. Okay.
Going to be landing across the railway.
Does that work for you?
Yeah. Where am I?
Where are you?
Where am I?
You're at Clarity headquarters and you're in the film studio.
Oh, that's a bit of luck. I'm where I should be then.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so it just shows that you can use the little.
So that your 2-needle fine, or you bold, I'm guessing it's the same pitch between each, is it? I can't remember.
Yeah. This one's the 2-needle fine that I'm using. And I think I've got my 2-needle bold in my tool caddy.
I can't remember whether it's the same pitch.
I think it's just different widths on the
needle.
Yeah, because they still go in.
They still go in, yeah.
Actually,
I thought that the pitch was the same between the two. It's just that if you go further down the needle, then it just makes a bigger hole, doesn't it?
It does, yes. But yeah, I was showing the 2-split tool, which is really handy for getting into little intricate pieces.
And the little dots are just for guides, aren't they, really? I mean, you could do that freestyle just with the 2-needle tool if you wanted to.
Yes. So, yes, you could do that freehand. You wouldn't need to put all the dots in. But if you wanted to have it perfectly placed and know exactly where your needle tool's going, then they are handy. Plus, they look really nice as a little decoration on the outside if you're not going to cut them out.
Yeah.
It still looks really nice as a little intricate design.
Super.
So I'm going to bring in my poker cutters quickly.
Okay.
I'll do a little bit of cutting. Am I allowed?
Of course you can.
Yay! Okay, so I'm using the poker cutters.
Yeah.
You've also got the exclusives.
You have indeed.
And the ring locks, which are all very good in their own way. It just depends on your personal preference. It was really interesting, actually, doing the snip clinic at the open day.
Yes.
Because you see how people like to
hold their scissors.
And yeah, I helped a few people that weren't too sure on which ones to go for.
Was there a popular way? Was it more fork position or spoon position?
I think
was it a mixture?
It kind of depends. It's like when I use ring locks or exclusives, I have them in the spoon position.
Yeah.
But when I use my poker cutters, I always have them pointed down like the fork position.
The fork position.
Yeah. But with scissors, yeah, I always have them with the tips up. I love that sound.
And you can really see how, especially more so on coloured parchment, you can really see the definition of where it comes to that point and the snip.
Yeah, I love a good snip. So I'll just take this little bit off. There we go.
Nice. That is real super close.
Super zoom. love a good little snip.
And I mean, that's the thing, isn't it, with the with that nested scallop plate? I'll bring that up because we haven't looked at that for a while. The item number for that is 40586. There's £4 saving on that, bringing it down to £9.75. But I think with any of the scallops, because they're nested, and maybe you're good with it, just a normal pair of scissors, you could cut the scallops out by a pair of scissors if you wanted to. And when you look at the finished piece from Jane, using different color parchment, you've got those lovely layers as well.
You have, yeah. So on here, it would be a shame not to show Jane's lovely finished artwork. And there you go. On the demo, you would layer up the lovely green parchment onto plain parchment.
To intensify that color, and then
that one onto the green parchment. And then if you put a little bit of white underneath, it really makes the colour pop.
Yeah.
Then you can put it on a nice white card. You'd need an A5 card.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks really beautiful when you put it
really
on white.
Nice, isn't it? But it works beautifully
so
just on one layer as well. But I think the
Yes.
nested, especially with the scallops as well, to add that extra design element to
Definitely, because if you just have that, I mean, that really shows up the colour really lovely.
Yeah.
It still looks nice, but it's just that extra detail of having them layered up onto each other that just gives that final.
Yeah.
It looks more polished, doesn't it, when you have it layers?
Yeah.
We love our matting and layering, don't we?
We do. I mean, Tina
crafters.
really loves her layering when it comes to parchment craft.
Yes.
And there was a few other pieces there that, so if it, from the ovals, I mean, Jane went for the lovely oval because it just frames those vases and bouquets beautifully. But maybe you've got some of our other dies in the cupboard or different shapes. It gives it a different look as well, doesn't it?
It does. And then you have all of the amazing little doodle.
Oh,
I'm getting excited now.
I didn't know what was coming out at that point.
Let me just show you. There we go.
Okay. So that's just using the nested oval die to cut the green out of the oval, and then using our oval nested oval doodle dies. Not easy for me to say at this time in the afternoon. To look at that. Isn't that really wonderful?
And a lot of our pieces over there have, I think Linda's got it on there.
Were they on there? Was it on the frosted?
Might be on the frosted.
Might be on the frosted.
Never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and then there's the lovely.
Then you got the ones that where you
the armadillo.
Yeah, the armadillo where you can. So that's using the aperture version of the doodle die that cuts into the parchment to create that lovely aperture within.
So if you have that, then you see the little, for example,
you've got the white coming through.
Comes through, so you could use any colour underneath.
Yeah.
And then you've got these lovely hexagons as well. So it is a hexagon.
That's nice.
Which looks really nice with the little vase in the middle.
Yeah.
With the little doodle dot. That's lovely, isn't it? I love this.
That lattice one.
That lattice one's
beautiful. And so I forget, I mean, we do the squares and we do the circles, but I often forget about the ovals and the hexagons as well.
We do tend to, don't we? Because we always have our circles and squares, you know, because most of our cards are square.
Yeah.
But yeah, the hexagon, and I like to work with the octagon shape as well.
Yeah.
Because it gives you some really lovely corners then to do something else. Yeah. But the hexagon is really nice because if you have it like that, it looks really nice.
It gives it a different look. It looks more of it like a diamond type.
It does, yeah. Really pretty.
Super. Right. Okay. I can't believe where that time when you're in the studio, time just absolutely flies by.
It does, yeah. It's like this morning I was just chatting away. I don't even know what I was talking about half the time. Then all of a sudden I looked up, I was like, 11 o'clock.
Goodness me.
I've got finished now.
You could have carried on till 2 o'clock. Could have left her in here till 2 o'clock. Thank you as always for joining us. Don't forget, we've got our socials on Facebook. So you've got Clarity Worldwide, Groovy Worldwide, Pergamano Worldwide, and we also have our Clarity Crafts mini makes and ATC's Facebook pages as well. The design team are always on there, so if there's any questions, They're there to help. And then, I mean, other people that are craft, everyone that helps one another. It's such a
I know,
safe and
it's a
beautiful
lovely
community.
community. It really is.
Lovely Gracie monitors it to make sure there's nothing untowards going on. So yeah, so check out the Facebook pages as well if you're looking for some more ideas and inspiration. So where are we now? We're Tuesday. Tomorrow, for those of you that are taking part in that lovely 123 online course with Louise and myself, part 2 of the White Work course is tomorrow at 1 o'clock if you're going to join us live, and that's through our Circle platform. Details on the screen, still time for you to join in on that. Item number 60223. So that's tomorrow tied up.
Yes.
Then Thursday, I've got some prep to do because I'm off to Hobby Maker well, I'm going out Thursday afternoon, so I'm there for Friday with a brand new plate that Barb gave you a sneaky peek of on Monday in the shack. So that'll be available on our website Thursday evening, about 5 o'clock. Then Thursday evening, it's in the shack with Barb, colouring, working on those townhouses. Did you see those?
I did.
They were gorgeous, really, really nice.
Yeah, they were really pretty.
So that's continuing with that on Thursday at 7 p.m. in the shack. And then Friday, it's just myself on Hobby Maker at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. And I'll have that brand new plate. I'm going to be introducing our friends at Hobby Maker to our new Pergamano rub-on transfers.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
I'm taking some of the Pergamano pocket poppets on as well to cover sort of all our quick and easy makes as well with those.
Oh, yeah, they look really nice with the rub-ons, don't they?
Really, really do. And then after that, we will be back with you Monday at 10 a.m. for something a little bit special.
Yeah.
So enjoy the rest of your day and your week. Hopefully we'll see those of you that are joining us tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Otherwise, it'll be 7 o'clock on Thursday and then 3 and 7 on Hobby Maker. So thanks as always to the lovely Louise.
Thank you,
and
Paul.
Of course Jane,
Okay.
and obviously your company as well. Take care now. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.